So we got a little update for Bannerlord today. It's not the banners update. It's not the stuff they showed at Gamescom, but it is some stuff we needed in the game, so it is good to have it. One thing I want to say right away, though, to get this download, to get this update, you need to go into your betas on Steam. Go to your library, properties, go to betas, and select it from the list. Even though it's not listed as a beta, I had to download it from the list. It did not update on its own. Typically, a new stable version will just update on its own when you open Steam, but that did not happen this time. Not sure why. It's probably not a big deal. You know, again, and go to your library, go to Bannerlord, go to properties, go to betas. It should be at the bottom of the list under 1.8.0, which you should currently be on. All right, let's get into the single player part of this update. I'm not going to talk about the multiplayer part because I don't play it, so I'm not really qualified to explain any of the changes. Single player fixed a crash that occurred when starting the game launcher. Well, that's nice. It's nice when the game launches. Fixed a crash that occurred when a player died during corporal punishment. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe sometimes you should die during oh, it's a crash. Oh, don't worry. You can still die in the corporal punishment. You just won't crash the game. Okay, good, very good. Let's see. I'm not going to delete your save file because I spanked you too hard. Fixes. Fixed a bug that caused clans without settlements to overvalue the worth of settlements during vassal defection calculations. Okay, I'm really hoping this fixes the vassal defection bug. The way they worded it kind of sounds weird because that's not actually the problem. It's clans that do have a settlement overvalue the worth of settlements to a faction that doesn't have any fiefs, thinking that it will somehow gain some great value and advantage if it switches sides to that faction that doesn't have any fiefs anymore, even though that's ridiculous because they just get curb stomped immediately because the other faction has no fiefs and very low power. Anyways, okay, let's hope they fixed it. Let's hope they got it this time. Yay, you get it, you could do it. We'll find out, I guess. Let's see. Fixed a bug that caused AI parties to hoard items, causing them to slow down significantly due to overburdened and herd penalties. Good. Glad they fixed it. We'll find out if they did, but you know, good. Glad to see this. We've been using a mod for these first two things, both the vassal defection and the food hoarding. We've been using mods to fix those, so it's good that they fixed them in game, though. Obviously, I mean, console version, no mods on the console version coming up, so they need to fix this stuff. Fixed a bug that prevented the player's captain perks from being applied to the player's assigned formation during field and village battles. Good. I personally just use the honor system for these kind of perks because it's very hard to tell if they're working or not. But I've heard people say that they weren't working, so I'm hope they're working now. Really good. Good job. Okay. Fixed a bug that caused cavalry AI to miss their targets when using melee weapons. Good. We'll be seeing about this, though. We'll be having to check this out later today. You know, they've said this before. They've updated cavalry before, and it just did not actually give us the result that we're looking for. Like we want them to kill enemies. They need to kill them. If they just bump them around or hurt them a little and turn around and get hit in the butt, that's not very good. That's not what we want our tier 6 heavy cavalry to be doing. Anyway, we'll check that out later. We'll see how well it's doing. Changes. If a player clan owned settlement's prison exceeds the prisoner size limit, the excess amount of prisoners will be sold to a ransom broker. The prisoners that will be sold are selected from the lowest tier troops, with all proceedings going to the settlements. This only applies to non-hero prisoners. Well, see, I'm in the way of my text here. Let's see. This is good. It half solves the problem that they created. It solves the half of your good prisoners that you want to save getting thrown out constantly. But it only partially solves that, because if we think about it, we could be saving stuff like, say, tier 4 warhorse units. That's, units that have already received their warhorse that you got from prisoners. That, they're valuable. They're valuable because you don't need to spend a warhorse on them. You can recruit them later. Now let's see your vassals or your clanmates throw in a bunch of infantry that's tier 4 or higher, archers that are tier 4 or higher, whatever. Then your prison might throw out your warhorse units instead, and you lose that value. So it's not that part. It's better, but still not fixed. And then the other part, that's great that the settlement gets money for it. That makes sense. However, the other part of this problem is your clan parties and your vassals not getting roguery for selling stuff to the ransom broker because they're shoving it all in the prison. So I guess we'll wait and see. Are they gonna still shove it in the prison or not? We'll have to see how this works out. All right. So that's our update. And again, I just want to say it did not update automatically. So you have to go to your library in Steam, go to your properties on the game Bannerlord, go to the betas, select it at the bottom of the list, and it should update. And I hope they're doing their work for the upcoming console version. I'm glad to see these fixes. I want everybody to have as good of a time as they can if they get the console version coming on the 25th. All right, everyone have a good night.